friends in the summer with a teenage diplomat. In the dumps with the mumps as the adolescent pumps his way into his hat. With a boulder on my shoulder, feeling kinda older, I trip the merry-go-round. With this very unpleasing sneezing and wheezing, the calliope crashed to the ground.
Good day everyone, and welcome to the Daily Sweep. I'm your host, Anthony Longhair Leclair, and I'm joined by my fabulous co-host, the marvelous Marla the Mouse McHardy.
What's up, everybody?
And we have a question for you. Did you know that on this day, in 1977, Manfred Mann's Earth Band scored a #1 single in the U.S. with their version of the Bruce Springsteen song, Blinded by the Light?
I didn't know that it was on this day, but I did know that that was a Bruce Springsteen cover, which a lot of people don't. Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that until you told me, actually.
Yeah, because I have the Bruce Springsteen version on my phone, and I listen to it in the car. And it's funny, because I can't remember if you said this, or if it was, like, multiple people have said this, but I've had it playing in the car, and people are like, oh, that's a weird cover song. I'm like, it's not, it's the original, it's Bruce Springsteen, and people are like, wait, what?
I didn't say it was a weird cover. I think I might have asked who the hell that was.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I also am not an enormous fan of Manfred Mann, so, like, I knew the song, so I knew there was a difference, I guess, to an extent, but to me, still, like, we had this argument while I was recording the fucking song, because I was like, okay, which one do you want to do? And you're like, well, it changes up. I was like, it's the same fucking chords. And you're like, yeah, but it's played differently. I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't matter, it's the same fucking song. So, like, because to me, it sounds the same, because, yeah, they're the way they deliver the verses is slightly different, but, like, the chorus, to me, is we're going to have another debate, so we're not going to bother. Anyway.
That's all good.
So, the track was the first single from Springsteen's debut album from Asbury Park, Greetings from Asbury Park. But
yes.
It's amazing, because I understand that to be one of his, like, more popular albums.
What was his...
Yeah, because it's his first album. Mm-hmm. But most people, it seems, don't know that that's his fucking song.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny that way. But I think it's just because the Manfred Mann version was so huge, they just assumed it was Manfred Mann's song, and people were like, wait, that was Springsteen? Get the fuck out. Because he wasn't really famous for another decade, and until really, like, I guess, like, when he came into, like, popular mainstream was sort of with, like, Born in the USA.
Yeah.
So, like...
everyone's fucking favorite Springsteen song. So... I just realized this because, again, I'm not an enormous Springsteen fan, but everyone always says Greetings from Asbury Park. Mm-hmm. And they neglect the New Jersey part of that album title, which I didn't realize was actually an official part of the album title.
Well, there you go.
I thought you were a real Springsteen fan.
Oh, take my card away. Take my Springsteen fan card away.
Yeah.
I didn't include the New Jersey.
Yeah, So just to bolster what you had said previously while we were working on recording this, the Earth Band's version features several changed lyrics. The most prominent change is in the chorus, which we've talked about many, many times now, where Springsteen's "Cut Loose Like a Deuce" is replaced with "Revved Up Like a Deuce." Springsteen himself has said that it was not until Manfred Mann rewrote the song to be about a feminine hygiene product that it became popular.
Because everybody thinks that it's revved up like a douche.
Yeah.
But it's a deuce. It just sounds like he's saying douche.
Well, when Springsteen says cut loose like a deuce, it makes it sound like he's having his morning shit. So, I mean, good on you, Bruce. I mean, it
is in reference to a deuce coupe car. But
yes,
yeah.
I know.
Cut loose like a deuce.
What the deuce?
What the deuce?
My favorite song that has deuce in it is a Beach Boys song.
Deuce coupe?
Yeah. Just my little deuce coupe. You know, my little deuce coupe. No. Anyway, no. Doesn't matter. So, that was on this day in 1977. On this day in 2020, have you a question?
I do have a question for you. And this actually kind of relates into, like, the beginning part of this episode. So, and I know this is going to be, like, a very subjective question, but, Which cover song or cover songs do you think that the artist who covered it did a better job than the original song?
See, here's the thing. some songs I'm not going to know are cover songs. I'm going to think they're the original, so I won't be able to tell you some of them, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
However, I will say, only because I think you're the one who told me this, that that First 'Cause the Deepest is actually by...
It's Cat Stevens.
Cat Stevens, yeah. So Rod Stewart does a better version.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hands down. I don't know if I've ever heard the Cat Stevens version. Guaranteed Rod Stewart does a better version. I think Sheryl Crow covered that.
Yeah,
and
she did.
I thought she was covering Rod Stewart, and turns out she's covering Cat Stevens, but either way, Rod Stewart wins. So there's that.
That's fair.
I can tell you a lot of covers that are not better than the original. If I can go that way.
I mean, you could,
I can go reverse. Like, every Metallica cover ever. Especially, I think Avril Lavigne covered "Fuel" by Metallica for the Metallica's like Egos and Icons thing. It was like a promo thing on, I can't remember, maybe it was VH1 or whatever it was. But yeah, so all sorts of bands did covers of Metallica songs. Like Korn did one, which was actually pretty good, but it's not better than the original. I guess Manfred Mann does a better version than Springsteen.
Yeah.
And I say that not as a particular fan of either, but only because that's the version everyone fucking knows.
Well, that's the thing, too. Yeah, so I've got a couple answers for this question. The first one that came to my mind when I thought about this question was the Bare Naked Ladies cover of Lovers in a Dangerous Time. They fucking kill that song, and
in a good way.
Yeah, absolutely in a good way. I've listened. It's originally a Bruce Cockburn song, and I've listened to the original, and it's okay. Like, I'm sorry, Bruce Cockburn. Not that you're listening, but like, I don't know. I just think the Bare Naked Ladies do a better job of really catching the vibe of that song, which is interesting because Bruce Cockburn wrote the fucking song. But, like, the way that they perform it, like, really, works to the lyrics of the song. Whereas, like, the Bruce Cockburn version is, like, a bit more poppy, and I'm, like, not crazy about that. But one, for sure, that I know... I don't know if you'll argue with me on this one, but...
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure since you phrase it that way, I'm probably going to.
And that is David Bowie covering Wild as the Wind.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't think about that, because we were talking about it on the stream yesterday when we played it.
Yeah, because I thought you were actually gonna say that one, and I was surprised that you didn't. But,
yeah, my mind forgot about last night and moved on to today, so I was just like...
Because his version of that song... the very first time I heard it, and you were the first one who showed it to me, and I'm
pretty sure I'm the only one who showed it.
Yeah, you introduced me to the song, and I cried when I listened to that song, and I still do, because it's beautiful. Like, it's just so haunting.
Yeah, I will agree. Sorry, Johnny Mathis, because I do love Johnny Mathis as well. But yeah, David Bowie does a superior job for sure.
Oh yeah, he totally blows that song right out of the water. Like,
and since you were talking shit about Bruce Cockburn, I'm gonna take the time to talk shit about another artist who's definitely not listening, and that is, so a cover version that I like better of someone's is a cover I do of Gordon Lightfoot's "Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald."
Oh yeah.
And the reason why I like it better, and I know we've talked about this a bunch, is that it's, first of all, it's already got like 7 fucking verses, okay? It's already a lengthy song. You don't need to add the between every fucking verse. And it is so entirely 70s that it's like, it's stuck in that, like, people play it today, but like, I don't know anyone who listens to that whole song all the way through often and is like, yeah, I'm getting really something out of this. I'm sure people do, like, whatever. But I personally, I just play the guitar and sing, so I don't have all the extra shit going around. But I like to try and make it more of a real story than this, like, weird attempt to be ethereal and serious while making it so super 70s, which obviously I guess wasn't in his control at the time because it was the 70s. So, but
I mean, fair.
But the added instrumentation, all that stuff, just it always, every time I listen to the version, like the original again, which isn't too often anymore, but when I do hear it, I still like the song. It's just like, why do you add all that extra shit? Mm-hmm. Just tell us that story. It's an intense story. That's all you need, right? And then just let your voice color the story rather than having all this extra shit.
Yeah.
And his voice is capable of doing that, or at least it was when he wrote the fucking thing. Like, I don't know how he would do it now. But...
I heard him play it 5 years ago when I saw him live, and it sounded great.
Well, there you go. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we do end up seeing him this year.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's just a cheeky example for me.
No, I kind of agree with you on that one. Like, I do love the song very much, but like, I kind of agree with you in the fact that like you don't have to extend it with that electric guitar, and like you could do that if like I feel like it would even sound better if it was like a tin whistle or like a fiddle or something. Mm-hmm. Like, It's the electric guitar that twangy sound that really makes it very 70s.
And it's between every verse.
Yeah. You don't need it between every single verse.
Like, even if you did the tin whistle... Anyway, we're getting off topic because this is just one song and we could harp on it forever. But another one I was thinking of that... And I don't know, because he takes the version... Like, his version of the song is a different genre after that. Like, it's completely different. But I happen to like Chris Cornell's voice a lot better than Michael Jackson's. Mm-hmm. Just because that's more my style of music and closer to something I can actually fucking sing, right?
Yeah.
And I do love both of them. But Chris Cornell's version of Billie Jean...
is awesome.
When I first heard that, and then when I played it at gigs, people were like, what the fuck? That's like such a cool cover. And I was like, yeah, I didn't arrange that shit.
I wish I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess...
So we turn the question to you guys. What covers do you think are better than the original? Let us know in the comments. And also, if you have any music-related questions for us, also leave those down in the comments, and we can answer your questions on the podcast.
Yeah. And we'll even give you a shout-out.
We will.
If that's a thing you want.
Yeah, if you don't want us to say your name, then you can tell us not to. But I'm assuming most people probably won't care.
Say my name, bitch.
What's your name?
Tony.
Fuck you, Tony.
But yeah, what was I going to say? Right, so there will be a single sweep episode released this evening featuring Leanna Chapman's new single, Therapy.
Yeah, so look forward to that.
Yeah, so do check that out. We previously covered her debut single, Sin.
Yes.
So, and I believe she's working on a whole EP, so it's just... nice little succession of singles with a fairly short gap in between, so good and productive. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so do check that out when that goes live. And that is your daily sweep for the day, so we'll be back tomorrow to sweep something else out from underneath the proverbial rug.
We'll see you guys later.
Some all hard, half shy was heading to the hot spot, snapping his fingers, clapping his hands. Some flesh pie mascot was tied into a lover's knot with a whatnot in her hand. Now a young scout with a slingshot finally found a tender spot, throws his lover in the sand. Some bloodshot forget-me-not whispers daddies with an earshot, save the buckshot, turn up the band. And she was blinded by the light. Oh, cut loose like a deuce, another runner in the night, blinded by the light. She got down, but she never got tight. Well, she'll make it alright.
just want you to like me. And subscribe to me. I don't know if that... Like and subscribe. Do it.